Hey guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. So one of my favorite things to do is chat with you guys on social media. I love hearing your questions and talking through real life money decisions that you're making. So today I want to respond to a few of them. I posted a little question box on my Instagram story a few weeks ago. You can find me at Rachel Cruze, by the way, if you're not following. And I asked what major purchases or investments you guys were saving for right now. And the responses were fascinating. So I'm going to share some of those and give my feedback. If I think it's a wise purchase, if I feel like you should hold off, I'm going to give you all my thoughts. And remember to keep in mind that circumstances may vary. So when it comes to personal finance, my advice tends to stay the same because of what I teach with the baby steps and what I've consistently seen proven about money over the years. But it can definitely depend on unique factors like debt, kids, investments, home ownership, all the things. So if all of those details are included here, I'll factor that in too. But I'm curious about whether you agree on my takes. So let's just check out the first one, should we? The first one says, I am saving up for a new car. My current car is 6 years old. Nothing wrong, but don't want to deal with future problems. Okay, so here's the thing. If it's a 6-year-old car, it should be able to last you longer, much longer than 6 years. I mean, cars now are lasting like a really long time, over 200,000 miles, right? So in my head, I wouldn't be saving for something actively that doesn't really have an issue. I think if the car really starts having problems, then it's like, okay, maybe let's look around, see what money we need to save for it. I like the prepping. I appreciate that, but it still feels a little early on in it. So maybe save for something in the nearer future would be probably my advice. All right, next is buying a spare room bed, frame, sheets, etc. for family visiting and using our emergency fund for it. Oh no, don't use your emergency fund for that. That's not an emergency. You can tell them, thank you so much for coming into town. We have a great air mattress for you because we are saving up for specifically a bed and a frame and sheets and all the things for this room, but we don't have the money right now. So next time you come, we'll probably have it, and it's very exciting. But no, I would not use my emergency fund for this. Someone else said not investing and instead investing in crypto. No, you guys, crypto has proven itself not to be a great long-term investment as of now. I mean, it is still so volatile. People lost so much money in this over a year ago. So listen, put your money and invest your money in something that has a long track record. Crypto does not. If you do crypto, it needs to be a very small percentage of your net worth, but I definitely would not exclusively invest in crypto. So I'm gonna say no on that one. Saving for a custom magenta pink Steinway grand piano. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for some context, I did a little looking into this, and this could cost anywhere from $100,000 and even some are up to $200,000. So I'm going to say if you're out of debt, have an emergency fund, you're funding retirement, and this is what your thing is that you're working to save towards, because who knows why, you know what? That's not mine to judge. So go for it. As long as you pay with cash, sure. If that's what you want to do, I'm great with it. Don't go into debt for it. And also, you could probably use that money elsewhere, but if that's what you choose to spend your money on, no shame in your game. All right, before I share the rest of your responses, I have to tell you about one of our newer sponsors, Op Games. So Op Games is great because they have so many options when it comes to board games. And I love playing games with friends and family. Even the girls in my neighborhood, we get together for girls' game nights a few times a year. And it's just so fun. My kids love games. So make sure to check out Op Games. They have so many options. My personal favorite is Telestrations. I love Telestrations. But start making memories today and purchase Telestrations at Walmart or wherever you buy games. Next up, we're saving for Disneyland, a vacation home, and the kids' college funds all at once. Yeah, I would say so. I would probably put the vacation home on pause until your primary residence is paid off and then own a second property after that. But yeah, saving for Disneyland and for kids' college, I think, you're going to be doing all of that while saving for, again, big purchases like kids' college. So yeah, I think you're doing great. I'm a law student going to work for a big law firm, saving for a fancy purse for work so that I fit in. Oh man. Okay, listen, I love a good bag. I think it's great. But also, when you start to get in the habit of saying, oh gosh, I need certain items in order to be okay with myself in a certain environment, then you start to lean on that stuff, and that can be a really dangerous path. So I'm not mad at bags. I'm not mad at a nice designer bag, but it's all about your motivation and your why. And if it's just to fit in, I would probably kind of challenge you on that one. Next is saving for a beaver fur coat, $8,500. You know, again, there are items out there that for some people it's ridiculous, for some people it's amazing. And depending on, your debt level, okay, you're debt-free. I want you debt-free with an emergency fund. You're doing all the smart stuff. And this is the thing that you've been wanting and you pay for it with cash, go for it. Small home for my in-laws since they need to live with us due to not having a nest egg. Oh, this is a really tough one. There are a lot of parents now that are coming and moving back in with their kids because they have not planned for it. So listen, if you have the margin and you're able to help and there's not like this deep obligation and it's what you genuinely want to do, then again, I want you to be able to do that and help the people around you that you love. But if it's out of this need of feeling guilt and you're doing it out of those kind of emotions, again, I would press pause and say, okay, what is our place? Like where do we need to step in and when is it okay for us to take care of ourselves? So make sure you're taking care of your family first before you go and extend and help others. Next is saving to repurchase a pair of sneakers that I sold when I was on baby step 2. I like that. I think that's great. Yeah, if you're baby step 4 and on and you want some shoes that you used to have, get it. I think it's great. Saving for an adoption while working through baby step 2. Yep, I love this. I think, when you're planning for a family and for kids, this is something that we want you to be able to do regardless of where you are financially. And so we always say, hey, if you're on baby step 2, and let's say you actually do get pregnant and you're starting a family, we say pause it at Snowball and save up some money. But as you're working through the adoption process while doing it simultaneously, yeah, it will take you longer to get out of debt. But if that's a goal to have kids through the adoption process and that's how you want to start your family, I'd say that's great. Next is investing $500 a month in mutual funds so that I can pay for my dream car in cash. Okay, I think that's awesome. I will say if you are saving for things 5 years or less, I would just put it in a high yield savings account. The market is kind of up and down, so you may lose some money right when you want to pull the money out to buy the car. But if it's a dream car that's going to take you 10 years to save for and you want to put it in mutual funds, great. Next, I'm not currently dating anyone, but I'm saving for a future wedding one day because weddings are stressful. Very true, yes. But I would say if it's something that's not coming in the near future, I would put your money towards things happening in your life currently today. So again, I love the idea of planning for it, but also when it actually becomes a reality, I think you'll be at the bandwidth to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna pay for it then, start saving for it then. Or maybe you have some money saved, but you earmark it and use it as you please throughout the years too, if that doesn't happen. So I like the idea that you're planning, but I would put it towards more money happening and stuff in your life right now. Saving to enroll in a $20,000 real estate course so I can sell real estate. Okay. If you're doing just like residential real estate, even commercial real estate, I don't think it costs $20,000 to do that. So unless it's a very specialized certification on something very specific, maybe, but you might be falling for a scam. Just say that out loud. Next is saving for a wedding. Target goal is $20,000, which is expensive since our combined income is $70,000. Yeah, it is. But hey, if you got some time, try to do it, get some side hustles. But listen, if you don't get the $20,000, then just lower the expectations of the wedding and still pay with cash. Don't go into debt for it. Next is saving to be debt-free. I fall behind during the pandemic, and now I'm getting back on track. So great. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, you guys, I love hearing what you're doing in your life, but there were like literally hundreds more of these responses. So I'm dying to know some of the thoughts on the savings goals that I just talked about. So drop a comment below and tell me what your favorite savings goal was and whether or not you'd spend money on that same thing. Let me know about the piano. That was the one that sticks out the most to me. Very expensive piano. And send this video to a friend who's saving up for a major purchase. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.